Ugh, Megan, it's Monday. Um, I didn't get a picture of your hair, but boy, it was dumb. Some braid across the front, and then I don't know what you're fucking doing. But it's stupid looking. So we open the show talking about hitting the milestone of 500,000 Americans dead from COVID, and uh, again, you don't want to talk about that topic. You don't want to talk about the things that went wrong and what led to that. You use your time on national TV to continue to complain about Dr. Fauci. Um, you show a clip of him with Dana Bash when she says, my parents are vaccinated. Can they spend time with their unvaccinated grandchildren? And he didn't want to really give an answer on that. The answer is no, because we don't know yet. He said, he wants to go back to the team, look at the data, and understand. They're trying to figure it out, to figure out what the proper recommendation is. But in the meantime, vaccine or no vaccine, stick to the same protocols. And you're mad about you declared that you, Meghan McCain, as co-host of The View, can't find out when you're going to get vaccinated because of your age group and health condition. That's right. And then you said you're willing to wait your turn, but you're not. You're super mad. You want to know when you're going to get your vaccine. We don't know because we're still trying to work out the distribution of the vaccine. There was no plan for the distribution of the vaccine up until a month ago, when the Biden administration took over. So you're going to have to, pull your big girl britches up for a second and let them figure it out. There was zero plan from the previous administration. So it's coming. And they've said over and over again that we expect to have 80% of the population vaccinated by the end of the summer. So your hyperbole that you're not going to get to go out to dinner and you're going to have to wear a mask for the next year or 2 years, it is bullshit. Nobody's told you that. At least none of the scientists have said that. So you might want to cool your jets a little bit. You seem to want hard answers right now, which means you still don't understand how science works. This is a virus that's no one's ever seen before. So they are still trying to understand its habits and how its transmission. There are now mutations that have come up that they now have to understand what those mean for our health and safety. It's not that big of a deal to wear a mask. You will get a vaccine. You brought up Israel having 50% of their population vaccinated, and get a shot, take a shot. Apparently you want to go to the bar and get whooping drunk. But they have a smaller country to roll out to. When Whoopi told you this, they had a much better communications plan because they didn't have Donald Trump leading the disaster that we had. So they had better adherence. They had better adherence to mask wearing. They had better adherence to people getting the vaccine as it started to come out. They're at over 50% of their vaccinations. So they're reaching that herd immunity, right? We aren't anywhere near it. We're at like 12% of the people. And Whoopi tried to explain it to you that you might get your vaccine, but you can't go out now to what used to be, a restaurant full of people when you're one of 2 people in the entire restaurant that's been vaccinated. You don't know who else is in that restaurant that might be carrying the virus, and you don't know technically the full extent of your protectedness. So you could still be a carrier, which means you could then transfer the virus to somebody else. We're still figuring it out. You're such an impatient little whiny brat. Stop it. And this is what you do on TV. This is how you use your platform. You, Meghan McCain, as co-host of The View. You continue to encourage the mistrust of science because you don't get it and you won't listen. Didn't you just say the other day, last week, that one of your lessons for this year was to learn to listen? It isn't just about race relations. It's also about all sorts of other things you don't know, like science. Clearly, you should be listening. And using your power of deductive reasoning, but we know you don't have any unless you've physically experienced something. You can't imagine how to extrapolate anything into a practical application for yourself. You just can't do it. Nitwit. Anyway, and you're the one who's always talking politically about nuance and how important the art of nuance is, and yet you want binary answers about a virus we don't know enough about yet. You're a dum-dum.